Hello everybody, and you're very welcome back to the second part of our elderflower cordial making. So apologies for any of you that were tuning in or waiting yesterday. We just had a little technical error, as we called it here, but these things happen. So we have left ours, or some of you maybe 48 hours at this stage. We've left it steeping our elderflower along with our lemon zest. And just some of you did run into a problem there. If you pour boiling water over, particularly if you haven't rinsed your flowers under the cold tap when you bring them in originally, and then pour boiling water on top of it, you'll scorch your little flowers. So always rinse your little flowers under the running tap, a cold water tap, and then just shake them off the excess water into your little bowl here. And then allow your boiling water to cool down slightly, and then just pour it over your elderflowers along with your zest and leave it there for 24-48 hours, which we have done here again. So we get started on our procedure, our method for this, the next stage. So I have here a saucepan, and I have lined it with some muslin. Now, mine has gone a little bit brown because that's what I'll be doing, blackcurrant. I'll be extracting the jellies from blackcurrant and everything, and marmalades and everything. But a bit of muslin in on top of your colander or a sieve or whatever, and just hold it over your saucepan, and we'll pop our juice in there. It doesn't make any difference if the flowers go in anyway this time, because we will be sieving it again, but we'll get most of them. We'll catch most of them here. So that's our liquid, all going in, just like so, and give it a good squeeze so we get it all out. So that's it. And now we just take away our colander and just give our muslin a little bit of a squeeze too. We don't want to be leaving any of the juice behind. It's a good, lovely flavour of the elderflower. So into that now, we're going to add 2 pounds of sugar, or a kilo of sugar, roughly. Now it does seem like a lot of sugar, but we will be diluting it with water or whatever when you're going to drink it. So into that then as well, we're going to add a teaspoon of citric acid. That's for preserving. If you didn't have citric acid, don't worry too much about it. Your lemon juice, which we're adding in now, the juice of 4 lemons, or 150 ml of lemon juice, we'll add that in there. But if you didn't have your citric acid, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I'm going to pop that onto the ring here now on a nice high heat first. We want a high heat to get the to get it up, to get up the temperature of it, and then we just let it simmer for a few minutes, and then we just stir it there. Now we're dissolving the sugar, so we want to make sure that the sugar is dissolved in it. The other thing I was going to say to you about the citric acid, if you didn't have, that's our dog Shep letting us know that he's here and he's watching Jess very carefully, so the jealousy is enormous here. Shep, or Jess, please. What I was going to say to you was, if you didn't have your lemons or your citric acid, don't worry about it, because the zest in itself and the sugar is a preservative. But the other important thing is, because we're not pasteurising our elderflower cordial, so it's very important to use your muslin and sieve your cordial correctly, so that you don't have any little flowers or anything like that left in there, because they're the ones that will start turning your cordial. Okay, so we just let that come up to a simmer. Now, so we have a nice little simmer going on there. So that's all we want. Just simmer I'm after simmer for about 2 minutes. So we're just going to switch that off altogether. And I'm going to take it back here now to the counter. Okay. And so if you just want to come in there for a second, Michael, this is what I was saying a minute ago there, if you have any little flowers or anything like that, I don't want them going into the bottle, because if they go into the bottle, they will cause it to, the bacteria to build up on it. Now, if that happens to anybody's bottles at home, it's no harm, absolutely no harm at all. Just remove it, because, you know, if you think of the amount of chemicals that you can't even see, and you never see this bacteria happening in food now anymore, and this is what's happening with our gut. So that's all a natural bacteria. So just remove that. It's absolutely fine. But to avoid it, where you have extra little particles in there that you don't want in there, that's why I sieve it again. So I'll just sieve now. Okay, so be very careful. And I have the muslin again there, and I just gently, that's it. Now, if you didn't have, you could use a pillowcase. So we'll just remove as much as possible from it. I'll keep going there actually. Now, we're nearly there. And the lovely flavour, like, of the hedgerows. And how local could you get? You know, you're going out into your local hedgerows and collecting up these flowers. And so we just let it go through there gently. So just while we'll let it run into our saucepan here while we're waiting. So while that's going on there, we're just going to start to show you how to bottle it up. So I have here a jug and a funnel, and we have here our sterilised bottles. So we sterilise them basically, you can run them through the dishwasher or just dip them into good hot water and then let them dry off in the oven. So we get our jug and we just hold our funnel over it like so. Just be careful. And it's a lovely colour. I'll just push it a little bit closer. Lovely colour, and just pour it into your bottles. Oops. Yeah. That's it. Into your bottle and fill up your bottle. Now, I would pop the lid on there before it's actually cold. So, and that's our bottle nearly full. And that's it. And now you've just captured and bottled the taste. So we'll just put that back here for 1 second and we'll finish off the rest of them later on. So then just give it a wipe of a cloth, just a wet cloth, and you can get rid of any of the sugar syrup that will be kind of sticking to your bottle. Pop your lid on like so. Or any of these bottles, you know, you could use. Yesterday I got a message, wine bottles, absolutely no problem. I'm sure you could even use plastic bottles if you had any empty plastic bottles. So that's your bottle. So what I like to do then is, I'll bottle up the rest of them later on. But what I like to do is then, here's one, I have another bottle we did yesterday, and I just made a little label on it. And especially now, this time of year, you know, with lockdown, and I just said, what was it, miss you, Grandad. But you know, there's so many people from home help to our local neighbourhoods, our local GA, all going in to help out with people and doing favours. So a bottle of that as a little thank you gift is absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open that, and this will last for a year in your nice cold room with a dark room, or you can pop it into the fridge if you have space in your fridge. So I just put some water in here, about that much, and we have some ice cubes. Pop in a few ice cubes in there. And then we just get a slice of lime maybe. Just a slice of lime. Now you could do this with, you can use your elderflower cordial for your desserts instead of doing sherry trifle. Replace the sherry with some elderflower. You know, with your ice creams, with just as a syrup to drizzle over anything. It's delicious as well. You know, so there's lots of different things that you can do with it, and flavour vinaigrettes, lots of different things like that. So pop in a slice of lemon in there as well, and then of course a little bit of mint. Mint is always gorgeous, just for your presentation. A little bit of mint in there, and then we just come along and we put in, this is the cold bottle, our elderflower syrup in there. And of course you have to have a taste. So, absolutely gorgeous. I'll just put up in a little bit. in there. That's delicious. And also another thing that you could do is, yesterday I have these little ice pop boxes, and I just made up like a jug of elderflower cordial, and I pour them into these little containers, and I made these little elderflower ice pops as well, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And you know, for old and young, but I would say particularly for the young, you know, it's so important eating food like this to develop the taste of the tongue and to get them familiar with taste and things. So just little things like that is a great way of educating people, because now sometimes we're finding it hard to distinguish sometimes the difference in taste. So that's another little idea, and you can always have them, and you can do that with blackcurrant cordial, anything like that. So we have our glass of elderflower cordial. Again, we can use it in syrup, in baking, desserts, anything like that. Loads of different things we can use it in. And I think that's basically it. We've covered it all. They're a lovely edible gift. We are very lucky, I have to say, in County Longford. I know we have audiences all over the world, but in County Longford here, our neighbours and good friends, David and Martina Burns in Richmond Cordial, they're making and producing bottles of elderflower cordial and selling it all over the world as well, and it's in the top shelves in the top delicatessens in the country. So a big shout out to them. So if you don't get time to make your own, or if you do get time to make your own, and then during the year you don't have any left, you do appreciate a little bit more with the process that goes into it. But that's how we make the elderflower cordial. I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any problems or anything like that, or any suggestions, just send me a PM there on any of the social media outlets. So for now, take care, stay safe, and happy cooking, everybody, and baking. Bye-bye.